Chargers are somewhat waking up here up in day 3 of free agency signings, and we've got a familiar face coming back home. Check it out here on Chargers City. What's up, Chargers fans? How are we feeling today? It is I, Jake Silva, here on Chargers Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If it is your first time here up onto the channel, I encourage you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos, as this video is brought to you by greengridiron.com. For those of you that want the best in your very own customizable helmets, just check out Green Gridiron here today, and check out to get your style your way, the way you want it here. Customizable helmets, life size or little collectibles of your team, your style, your way. GreenGridiron.com is the place to be. Check it out, and before checkout, use promo code LACSYN, that is LACSYN, for your exclusive discount here on Chargers Syndicate. LACSYN is the promo code. All right, folks, we're about to get into it. So day 3 for the Chargers looked like there was some life that was finally coming up. And boy, was I absolutely excited about this one. So the Chargers now, the Chargers are now starting to come alive from here. And I think the Chargers, they've ended up addressing some interesting spots. So to start off with, the Chargers have re-signed linebacker Troy Dye to a 2-year, $5.5 million contract with a chance to get at least $8.5 million altogether. Now, Troy Dye is a very good special teams unit. And so he stays with the Los Angeles Chargers and had a career high of 57 tackles last year. Now, not only just for the special teams, but he's also somebody that does come in as a specialty type linebacker that the Chargers really do love to utilize. They love to utilize physicality. They love to utilize somebody that could come up at the gate and produce the way that he does. So to me, I think, Troy Dye was the perfect opportunity for us. And with the way that his value was, and somebody that very much has a close history with Justin Herbert, that was one of the signings when we got him the previous season. I was like, you know what? He's going to be a very interesting piece. And he's going to be somebody that's going to give us a very, very good chunk as far as the special teams unit, to be an attacker, to be a stopper, and to really help out with the way that the Chargers have been looking at from here. Now, the next one, the Chargers ended up re-signing a linebacker, and the linebacker that they have signed is linebacker Denzel Perryman to a 1-year, $3.65 million contract. Denzel Perryman, the original San Diego Charger that they now still possess, is now back with the LA Chargers. And I just don't think that there's like this business is finished here with Denzel Perryman. Last year, he had 39 solo tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, and 0 INTs. And however, though, he had 55 total tackles and was at least available in 11 games last year. So Denzel Perryman, did we think of him as like he was an entire total force? Not necessarily. However, he is, in fact, the kind of guy that really juices up more of the linebacker unit, especially when you got second-year Junior Colson and you got Diane Henley, who is your tackling machine. So adding in another physical linebacker from here was just perfect for the Chargers to end up re-signing. So Denzel Perryman comes back and runs this thing back again. Really excited about this. I think it's honestly perfect for them. Now, another signing that the Chargers ended up doing, which is about half and half offense and special teams, is the Chargers re-signed to a 1-year contract with Jalen Reagor, the wide receiver. Now, was I really psyched about this one? Not necessarily, but with Jalen Reagor, the only thing I'm happy about is that he has more of the availability and more of just a specialty unit than what we tried to experiment with DJ Chark. Now, with Jalen Reagor with the team last year had 7 catches for 100 yards, no touchdowns, and only accounted for 14.3 yards. The 26-year-old out of TCU, Jalen Reagor, I know is the kind that is going to come in at any point and will help out the Chargers, whether it's getting a much-needed first down, whether it's coming into the special teams, and you got to end up getting extra runs, especially when you're swapping between him and Darius Davis. Jalen Reagor, truthfully, at the value that it is actually not as bad as people are thinking it would be. But you know what? You bring him back, I'd rather prefer that than honestly DJ Chark, because wasting our time with him for at least a year was just one that was just so questionable too. Another signing the Chargers ended up doing, and this is a new one. Now, the Chargers are signing former Commanders cornerback Benjamin St Juste. Now, I think that this one is an interesting one to me. And if there's a reason that we get this kid, it would probably be because Jesse Minter sees something different in him, much like what we saw with Christian Fulton and with Elijah Molden. So Benjamin St Juste, in the last year when he was with the Washington Commanders, had 56 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 0 INTs, and 7 passes defended. Now, the only thing that we know that he struggles with is there have been times where he's kind of been burnt, and especially when it comes to certain go routes, certain route running trees. And that's one of the things that I think Jesse Minter is wanting to bring him into and really kind of take a look at what he can honestly unlock with him. Now, the biggest year that he had was 2023, where he had 67 total tackles, 52 solos, and had 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 1 INT, but 17 passes defended. I think that was one that was attractive to Jesse Minter. It's something that he really wanted to fix up after letting Christian Fulton go. And now you're going to add in the corner room where you got Dante Jackson, Cam Hart, and also with Tarheeb Still. And this is honestly going to be a shutdown type of unit that nobody is talking about. So if you bring in somebody like St Juste, I think he will benefit well. But the thing is that he's definitely got to work a little bit more on his feet work. And then not to mention, kind of be a little bit precise when it comes to standing up to man-to-man, or also putting him up and into the slot corner, which preparing him for whatever comes his way. But I think a lot of that might be dealt with Dante Jackson. So I think St Juste, he's an interesting signing, but I'm excited to see what he could do. Now, this one, I was waiting for this one to happen. Now, this is what's really happy for Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers have brought home and signed wide receiver Mike Williams to a 1-year, $6 million contract. Boy, does this make Charger fans go completely bonkers. So the Chargers bring back a familiar face with Mike Williams. And honestly, after a year apart, he's loving to come back home. So the 30-year-old, the former Charger, 21 catches, 298 yards, 1 touchdown, and averaging 14 yards in the air. And so Mike Williams comes back home to where it all started, back up into his roots, and getting a chance to reunite with Justin Herbert only makes you think, could the Chargers maybe potentially bring back another familiar face, maybe a Keenan Allen? That's going to be one of the things that's going to be talked about from here. But at least with Mike Williams, we know the question and concern is health, injuries. We know it's the biggest question mark. But this is where the Chargers really are going to utilize, now that they have the depth, they have the pieces. This is the part where I think we're going to get more availability. And that's what's going to be the strongest suit for the 30-year-old Mike Williams. Welcome back, man. I'm so excited to have him back and see exactly what the rest of this offense could look like with the Chargers. And they're not even done yet with the amount of money they still have. That's going to do it here for me on Charger Syndicate. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future past videos. Jake Silva signing off. Bolt up, guys. Keep up with me all free agency long. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you guys on the next video here on Charger Syndicate. Take care, guys.